Let's do it. So, the bit. What is that noise?
That just happened out of nowhere.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I think it's your mic. I think you...
No. Greg's downstairs cutting fabric.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
so
whatever.
we are here. Man, everybody's been asking about this new discipline. I need to be saying that in like the Jocko-esque voice. Discipline. Was that good?
It was good.
It sounds good in my headphones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since we're starting a podcast called Hands in Daylight here, within the next month or so, or sooner, we're using our new podcast equipment, which is pretty badass.
New podcast voice.
Yeah, you got to have that voice. But seriously though, man, I'm here with Brian. You guys know Brian, and sometimes he sucks on camera. So I'm thinking that something with having the headphones on and the mic is going to do something to his brain where he doesn't feel like he's talking to the camera.
Yeah.
But he can have a casual conversation.
Yeah. It might help.
I hope it does. All right.
Yeah. I'm not the best on camera, but we'll see.
Well, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
You're having a casual conversation. Anyways, so here we go. So discipline. This is the discipline. Okay. And, people are like, dude, what is this discipline thing?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. This is the thing we've been working on.
It is.
The thing we've been keeping secret. The big kahuna, so to speak. And I think what the deal is people are like confused about what it is, because really discipline doesn't fit into a category. Okay. It's in its own category. And is it a nootropic? Is it a pre-workout? Is it like, what is discipline? And what it is it's a new category of product. Okay. It doesn't fit into the nootropic category, but it does fit into the nootropic category. It doesn't fit into the pre-workout, pre-life, pre-mission. And Brian and myself and Jocko, we went back and forth. We've been working on this thing for months, getting it right. But the thing is it's funny because this is like a dream come true for Brian, this product, right?
Definitely.
Because this is like the real first product that you formulated.
Mm-hmm.
And you wrote your college thesis on nutrition and formulations, and it's been like a big dream of yours, like mine for like redesigning the textiles and gis.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to take this phone call. I do. We're gonna break real quick. You can line that up in post. Hey, sorry, I had oh shit, this freaking phone call, dude. This phone won't stop. I'm gonna ignore that one. So where we left off a second ago was we were talking about this discipline and this formulation, and basically before I let Brian talk, which I know he wants to so badly, he wants to tell everybody about this product.
I'm pretty excited.
I know you and Jocko are like peas and carrots, man. You guys are so excited about this because it was really these two who developed this product, and it's neat, and it's, what it is it's a physical and cognitive force multiplier. What is that? Brian's going to get into that. Okay. It's a new category of product.
It's a little bit of, I wanted to create a product that is everything you need, and it can be universal to the point where it's not just a pre-workout. It's not just a nootropic. It can be super versatile, but also be a huge tool in your toolbox for you to use in all types of things for life, whether you're going to a meeting, whether you're going to sit down and record a podcast, whether you're going to go train jiu-jitsu, whatever it is that you're going to be doing, I wanted it to be able to help you do those things.
And the thing, like with some of our other products, like I'm a stevia guy, or stevia, whatever you want to call it. You're like a sucralose guy. A little bit, which I don't believe in, because my mom has been telling me for 20 years that people who eat sucralose are going to get cancer.
Yeah.
She's a freak about it. But the thing is like we were looking for other natural sweeteners, and you found this product called monk fruit.
Right.
And the more you dug into it, the more amazing that this was not just a sweetener, it was a superfood. Can you just tell me about what this is sweetened with, this monk fruit, and what it does?
Yeah, and like you said, we went back and forth trying to decide what we wanted.
I'm
to
like, no, we're
sweeten
using
this with.
stevia. No, we're using stevia.
And personally, I can't stand the taste of stevia, and I prefer sucralose. But we wanted to use an all natural sweetener, so we went hunting, and I was familiar with monk fruit, but I wasn't familiar with the extra benefits. I knew it was a good natural sweetener. It tasted good. It didn't have a lot of aftertaste, and it does have a little bit of its own taste on its own, which I enjoy. But what I didn't know when I dove into the research was that there was going to be actual, studies that show that it enhances longevity, and it can help endurance under stress
That's
for
cool.
athletes. I
So
was like, that's crazy.
What type of, do you know those numbers?
I'm not sure of percentage numbers, but I know they did a swim test with
Okay.
rodents.
Okay.
And the rodents with
They probably did it at Jackson Lab right in here in
probably
Maine.
yeah.
Okay.
And the rodents that were given the monk fruit could
Right.
swim significantly longer than the rodents on placebo.
So that superfood monk fruit is like endurance, maybe basically
It's an added benefit for sure.
added benefit. Okay.
That no other sweetener is going to offer you.
And one thing Jocko really wanted in this for your caffeine was white tea.
Yeah, and we wanted a small amount of caffeine. We didn't want to have a big stimulant. It's not meant to be a stimulant product.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So those two ingredients, we had to get the balance right, and we had to get the flavor profile right. And we all agreed on our long conversations and in-depth discussions about what do we want to do for flavor. It was great because we all just were like, yes, okay, we want to do citrus, yes, lemon lime, yes. It was it was perfect. We didn't want to do anything crazy. We wanted to have a good flavor profile, and we sent the first samples, I remember, down to California because this was a what, 4 month? How many months have we been working on this?
Yeah, I would say 4 months.
Process, and that's our laboratory, which is a few hours away. They'd formulate it, they'd send it to us, we'd send it to him, we'd test it together. We'd use it, test it, tweak until we got the flavor profile right and the balance of all the ingredients right. And basically, the first one we sent to Jocko, he's like, I need more. We're like, what do you mean you need more? He goes, I drank it all.
He did
I'm
too.
like, you're not supposed to use the whole thing in a single day. You're supposed to space it out over 30 days or whatever. He's like, bro, send me more discipline now. Anyways,
Yeah.
so I want to discuss this new category. I mean, we haven't even come up with a name for this new category. Nootropic, pre-workout, pre-life, pre-mission. It's pre-everything. It's made to help you, your cognitive and physical. It's a force multiplier is what it is.
It is. And what I wanted to do, and I'm not going to talk about the specific ingredients. And
Come on, man, I want to hear about them.
I know.
I think the people want to hear about it.
Okay, so
we know white tea
for sure
extract. That's the
needed
small,
to have the white tea.
and how okay, so that's a small stimulant.
It is.
Okay,
Mild,
not
very
over the
mild.
very mild stimulant.
White tea in general actually has less caffeine than green or black tea.
Okay.
Yep.
And we know about the monk fruit, right? And it's an all natural sweetener, and it's a superfood. Tell me what else is in this thing. Do you want the bottle?
No, I got it.
You got it.
I got my ingredients.
Oh, you're on your computer.
Yeah. I have it up here. No, so
And
we
this
went
is
with the all natural sweetener. We also have no artificial colors
which is
or
great,
preservatives. Yeah,
because nobody wants to be sucking on red 252, which is going to cause cancer.
And we have some.
That's like a scoop right there.
We have some herbs in there as well, as you can see the color. We use the natural, not bleached or anything like that. We use the natural herb, and
hold on.
That made it a little more. That's why we went back.
That tastes so freaking good.
It's delicious. I love the flavor.
Wow.
So we started off with the essentials, which is a electrolyte blend. And most people are familiar with electrolytes and the needed benefit. When you're sweating, when you're working out, you need to replenish those electrolytes, and that's super important. has a significant amount of vitamin C
Okay.
in it.
Like how many milligrams
I believe 500 milligrams per scoop.
per scoop, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is for me, when I don't take vitamin C, I know it. Now I try to get it through my food because I don't take vitamin C tablets. I do have like an extra thing of the what is that stuff? Emergency in my desk all the time.
See, that's what most people do is they wait until they're sick or they're feeling sick,
and that's
and
what
they
I do.
take the vitamin C.
Yeah, but I'm especially living in Maine, you know, and it's just you're susceptible to shit in around you, and being in the factory with 25 employees, same thing. You know, you're susceptible to whatever's going on, whatever bug is in the air.
And it has something to do with the conditions, right? When we, and I'll talk a little bit more about it with the other ingredients being some of the adaptogens, and I'll get into that in a second. But with vitamin C, what it does is it boosts our immunity, but it's also a really good inhibitor to cortisol. And what cortisol is,
dude, and you're talking to a fat kid, okay?
Cortisol blunting
and
is great.
a kid who is not super smart when it comes to intake
of
everything, dude. I'm
anything
a Hoover.
and everything. Yeah.
I'm a Hoover. You know, but like, tell me about that cortisol.
So cortisol, what it does is it's a stress hormone, and, you know, and it's increased upon stress.
I don't get stressed.
Yeah, physical and
physical stress, yes,
and cognitive
from training
stress,
for sure. Okay,
for sure. And so under stressful situations, whether physical or cognitive, it tends to increase, and it can have some unwanted side effects.
Okay.
And it's been shown vitamin C before a workout.
There's shit happening around us, and it's okay. You guys are just going to have to deal with it. There's going to be people in and out, phones going off.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Yeah. That was a good Jocko voice.
So,
all right. So cortisol.
Yeah.
So there's an inhibitor.
Yeah. Vitamin C before, like 20 to 40 minutes before a workout, has been shown to reduce the amount of cortisol raised post-workout.
Okay. Next.
Okay. So we put some citrulline, L-citrulline in there. That's an amino acid. It's like it's similar to arginine. Okay,
dude, you're talking to a neophyte.
And I'll break it down.
Just give me 2 minutes. Give me 45 seconds on each one.
Okay, so it's a nitric oxide booster. Basically, what that's going to do is increase blood flow. Blood flow is great for working out.
Is blood flow to your brain too?
And blood flow to your brain.
Beautiful.
Cognitive enhancement, right? More oxygen to the brain. The better our responses are going to be.
Okay.
For sure.
You know, it's funny. They probably got, you know, I'm one that I really like the history of America and the work ethic and all that stuff. You know, they probably got in their foods back then, which were all grown in the fields, you know, and picked. They probably got a lot of this stuff, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think we're missing that in our diet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you know where citrulline comes from?
No, dude, I don't.
Watermelon rind.
I'm starting to eat the whole watermelon.
The rind and everything.
Yeah, usually eat the seeds. You know, everybody eats the seeds, though.
Yeah.
Watermelon rind.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes from.
Yep.
And citrulline does what again?
It basically increases your NO production. You remember?
Oh, that's short for nitrous oxide.
Yeah, yeah.
All I remember is when I was in college playing football, and they're like, we're going to take some nitrous oxide.
Boosting supplements,
and they'd be all swole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to increase your blood flow, basically, is the way you want to think about it.
Okay, so it increases blood flow to your brain and then to your
body. Extremities.
Okay, so the nootropic part of this.
Yes.
So you're increasing blood flow to your brain with watermelon rind, aka citrulline. Then and you might have to skip into the ingredients. And we've never had this conversation, so you know, like, I'm just asking you these questions.
For sure.
I trusted you and Jocko to formulate this product perfectly. I just like the taste. But so then what helps once your blood flows increase to your brain? What then happens? What is in there that makes you some smart, like, limitless person?
So I wanted to build this whole thing. It's very synergistic. So there's a lot of things that are going to help. Okay. So then we'd get into the adaptogens. And a lot of this has to do with stress. I wanted this product to be like, people think of stress as mental stress.
Okay.
When
they do.
When in actuality, the physical stress, you've competition trained for jiu-jitsu. You used to compete at the highest level. When you overtrain, how does it feel?
You know, it's funny when I overtrain. You think you would like go to bed and sleep. When I overtrain, when my head hits the pillow, my eyes are wide open, and I'll have like I went to the doctor for this because I was overtraining. My arms were vibrating, or like each night my arms or legs, something would twitch, and it would twitch, and I ended up going to the doctors because I could not get it to stop. And she said, "You need to chill out, dude. Like your body, it's like a response mechanism, like that vibration, you know." And I couldn't sleep. Were shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's related, but there's my story.
It is related.
Okay, well, tell me why.
Most likely, you had insufficient levels of your electrolytes, specifically magnesium. Magnesium can calm those nerve senses.
I hope you put magnesium in this.
Guess what's in this?
Seriously?
Magnesium.
Ah, shit, dude. Okay, so tell me about magnesium.
So magnesium is great too. It helps relax.
Fuck, that's awesome. Oh, sorry. That's awesome. All right, go ahead.
Helps relax your blood vessels. It does, I would say, help with blood flow, but it's great for people with high blood pressure too. So this is a great thing.
Brian, you're smart. Okay.
I just like to read a lot.
Yeah, right. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then of course potassium and sodium, and I did include a little bit of sodium because it's underrated with working out. People think, you don't want to take in sodium. You don't want to take in sodium. You have to get some amount of sodium.
Not through Chinese food?
That's a different sodium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. And yes.
What do you mean it's a different sodium?
Well, you're talking about 50 milligrams versus 2,000 milligrams.
But same, is there levels of sodium? I mean,
there's different forms, right? There's different forms
like
of sodium.
molecular structures or something, or something like that.
Right. Yeah. There's like table salt sodium. There's like sodium chloride. There's
gotcha.
Yeah, different chemical makeups of sodium.
So mostly what I'm hearing is working out, right? So physical enhancer.
So let's talk about the
cognitive
enhancers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this would potentially help my son, who's 15, who dropped a 45-pound plate on his big toe the other day and took like half of it off. If he had taken some discipline, maybe he would have had the cognitive function to not do that.
Yeah.
Probably not. He's 15.
I don't know. He's 15.
Testosterone flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going.
Yeah.
He's got all the ingredients.
One of my friends said his son's like to shark bump him. He calls it a shark bump. Bill.
What is that?
Well, it's when your son hits like, you know, the testosterone starts to flow and they kind of will like brush up against you, but like bump you with their shoulder. Kind of like, what's up? Like, who's the man now, dog?
Okay, I know what
you know,
you're
like
talking about.
Good Will Hunting style. No, sorry, that was not Good Will Hunting. Who's the man now, dog? That was Sean Connery. John, what movie was that? I don't even remember. Finding Forrester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think. Anyways.
Nootropic.
I digress.
Yeah.
Tell me about the nootropic part.
So getting into the adaptogens. So adaptogen ingredients. We were talking about...
Big word.
Yeah, adaptogen. So basically you break it down, simplify it, adapt, right? How do we make our bodies adapt? A lot of these ingredients, they're herbal, and they were found in like roughest conditions, like Siberia and stuff like that. And they've been used for thousands of years. Like, hey, if I take this herb, if I dig this out of the ground and I chew it up and eat it or make it into a tea or something, it helps me feel not as shitty.
I want to digress for a second on that. You said something that I can connect with, which is a lot of these things were grown in the harshest of environments. That just came out of your mouth. That's like acai, right? Which everybody in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu knows.
Yep.
Acai is a superfruit grown in Brazil. And the reason it's a superfruit is because it's exposed to this harsh environment. And it packs all these antioxidants in it. And what you're saying is would that be considered an adaptogen or no?
No, acai would not. It's
okay.
It's a superfruit though.
Okay, but this is in a harsh environment of Siberia. What?
Using as an example, yeah.
Okay, so, but adaptogens
have been used for hundreds and thousands of years before pre-medicine to
like
help,
in Chinese science.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
yeah. So to help adapt your body to different types of conditions and stressful conditions.
Okay.
So what they've found though in the last few decades through clinical research is some of these ingredients have serious effects including increasing aerobic activity, increasing cognition, decreasing cognitive decline.
What do you mean by cognitive decline? Like when I just blow through a red light, which happens often because my mind is going 1,000,000 miles an hour second. I mean, see, I don't even know the right freaking words for it, but it's going to increase cognitive decline. It's going to like Alzheimer's type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And
you got it.
As we age, yes, cognition declines
goes away,
and some of it's hereditary, but in general, it does usually decline.
So
this
helps a lot of sense. What's that? Oh, okay, got it. Guys, we're gonna pause for a second, and we're gonna come back to this. And yeah, let's just pause. I gotta go take care of something. Cool. So, funny story, real quick before we continue. And this literally, depending on how Meg cuts this, but we started recording this at what, 8, 9? It's 12:30.
A lot of interruptions.
Holy crap. We've been in and out of these seats 1,000 times. So, Meg, I hope you can get creative with that. But, yeah, you were talking about adaptogens or whatever. And we're talking about all this stuff, all the incredible stuff that's in the discipline. Funny story. My father-in-law, Joe, who's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's 62. And he came to the factory, and he works with his hands on heavy machinery, diesel mechanic, and he's just got those hands, and when he grips you, you're not breaking the grip.
No.
And he's standing there in the shipping room. He came in, for something, and he knew what he came. He knew he came for something, and when he got here, he couldn't remember, and so he left. And then he remembered he was there so he could pick up a bottle of krill to help with his memory. Didn't he say something to you the other day too?
Yeah, he did. He came in the other day, and he's like, we had trained the day before, and he's like, I'm sore. I forgot to take my joint warfare.
Right? Because I didn't take my krill.
Because I forgot to take my krill.
To remember to take my joint warfare.
Yeah.
Anyways, so adaptogens.
Yeah, so adaptogens, as I was saying before, basically they help you deal with physical and cognitive stress.
It's lunchtime too. I'm hungry. I'm thinking about just mixing up a batch.
Mm-hmm. I've been drinking on it.
Yeah, it's good.
Just sitting at my desk.
Drinking on it. I'm going to use that word. Discipline. Drink on it. Okay, anyways.
So, adaptogens. The primary adaptogens in this formula are ashwagandha and rhodiola.
Ashwagandha.
Yep.
Is that from Africa? It sounds African.
No, it's not. But
Rhodiola?
Rhodiola is an extract similar to ashwagandha, but they are from different plants.
Okay.
They're both adaptogens. They both help your body deal with some form of stress, either physical or cognitive, and in this case, both, for both of them. Ashwagandha actually has a calming kind of ability to it.
Gotcha.
It's a very yin to the yang with the rhodiola that has a mild stimulant ability.
Wait. Are you telling me that we're going to pick you up and take you down? Isn't that working against itself?
No, what it's really going to do is you're going to get the best of both worlds, but you're not going to feel sedated and you're not going to feel stimulated either. You're going to feel smooth.
I gotcha. Huh. Mm-hmm. So is it almost tricking your mind, or I'm just trying to understand
sort of
how it is going to make folks feel. What's it going to do for them? Why does it do that?
Well, so our goal was to make you feel energized and awake and focused.
Mm-hmm.
Focus was a big one on this, and memory.
Yeah. And we've got lunch break going on in the back room. That's why there's noise. Yeah. Anyways.
People getting their grub on.
Yeah. I wish I was.
Yeah, I'm starving. So basically, they need to work in synergy, right? Otherwise, they're single ingredient products and you're going to get a single effect. All right. And then if you let's say you stack a bunch of stimulants together, you're going to get a super stimulant. You stack a bunch of sedatives together, you have a sleeping pill or something.
Right.
So you want to find ones that give you the benefit you want and that work together. And I'm also, for this formula, I sourced ingredients that are proven, that have, double-blind studies that show
So a double-blind study.
Mm-hmm.
I only know what this is because in our newsletter list was a double opt-in. It's the same
Right.
thing, right? But double-blind study is basically you have two groups of people and they don't know what they're getting.
Mm.
There is a placebo and then there is the product.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a double-blind study.
Right.
Okay.
And a good way to think of it is it's the gold standard. It's the same study or studies. Now, for pharmaceuticals, there's multiple levels.
Right.
But it's the same, let's say, level of scrutiny that a pharmaceutical would go under to show its
effectiveness. Okay.
Yeah.
But what is it? So ashwagandha is what? What is it?
What is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's an herb that's gonna help with certain types of stress, and that stress is
grown
with,
in an extreme climate,
yes.
so that it's potent.
Mm-hmm.
And rhodiola is also an adaptogen. A fruit? It's a fruit? It's a herb, rhodiola?
Rhodiola is, I want to say it's a root.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Should I look it up?
Let's look it up.
Go ahead. Aren't you supposed to know this?
I should, yeah.
This is malarkey. You just know the product and the benefits of it.
I do.
The sourcing is, I think it's a fruit. I'm going with fruit. It sounds like a fruit. Okay, and
So rhodiola is from it's from a flowering plant. It's not a fruit. It's an extract from a flowering plant. Yeah.
okay, cool. All right. So you're telling me that those help with cognitive and physical.
From the Siberian climate.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to throw in that's a legit thing.
So basically, these, have chemicals in them without being extracted down to that exact chemical, because some of these chemicals work in synergy with each other within that ingredient.
Gotcha.
Okay. If we were going to break down every chemical, we'd need to make a longer video.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Just tell me what else is in it, real quick.
Okay. So moving on from the adaptogens,
Mm-hmm.
because there is a little bit of caffeine, L-theanine.
Okay.
Okay. That's an amino acid.
And
Right.
amino acid, you had to explain this to me, being a neophyte in the world of,
I like to think of amino acids as the building blocks of protein, and it could be different forms of protein, right?
and what is protein? Like, people are like, bro, I need to take some protein.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, my doctor told me not to take protein
Yeah.
because they said I have the creatinine levels of like a way off the chart,
Mm-hmm.
and my kidney function is like a 90-year-old man
Mm.
because of the processing creatinine, I guess. I have no idea. It's weird.
I don't know.
And
I'm not a doctor.
yeah, but you should know what that is. I want you.
Creatinine. I'm familiar with creatinine.
Isn't it creatine?
No, they're different.
Anyways, they're like, don't take protein.
Mm-hmm.
Is this different than that? Is an amino acid different than me taking?
If they're
a scoop
telling you
of
not
protein?
to take protein, what they're thinking is like probably whole proteins, which are not amino acids. Okay, so whole proteins, like you're gonna think of like whey protein,
Right, that's
egg
what I'm talking about.
protein, beef protein, soy protein.
Okay, and an amino acid is what?
Kind of like
then?
a singular form of a building block of that protein.
All right, now talk it dumb to me. Give me something that I can actually get. I don't get that. I don't get it's a building block of a protein.
Well, it takes multiple amino acids of different forms. Like there's valine and leucine and isoleucine.
And those are protein
those
formations?
Nope, those are actually amino acids. those are your BCAAs, branch chain amino acids. So those are also, that's a group of amino acids which they extract from protein to create your BCAA products.
Okay, I get it now.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
What's the point?
Okay. They each have different functions in the body. So when you take in protein,
you're taking all three.
You're taking more than that.
Okay.
So when you take in, let's say there's 20 of them. Mm-hmm. There's glutamine and arginine and a bunch of other ones. Okay. When you're going to have different amino acid concentrations or formulations for each protein.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the map for that protein, I guess is a good way to put it. So if you have soy protein, you're going to have different amino acids in that than you would in a whey protein.
So why did you choose theanine? Because is citrulline a protein?
Amino acid.
Yeah, I mean amino acid. Sorry.
Yes.
So citrulline, acetylcarnitine. No, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then theanine. Mm-hmm. What does that do?
Those are amino acids.
And so why does it work?
Theanine, which is what I was talking about before, complements caffeine because it again also has a calming sensation for the brain, a focusing sensation for the brain, but it does not create sedative effects.
Gotcha. Is that the one that you feel buzzy a little bit?
No, that's you're gonna kill me.
I don't know, but when I was competing in Abu Dhabi, I was rooming with Megaton for 10 days, and I gave him something.
Yes.
And he was like, at breakfast, he started like vibrating. He's like, bro, what did you give me? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just
that's
he's like, my body's vibrating.
I believe that's the beta alanine.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's in a lot of pre-workouts.
So theanine gives you a calming effect.
Yeah.
Like a euphoric feeling, or
I don't want to say euphoric. It just helps.
Focus?
A good example is this. I like to tell people: have you ever drank so much coffee that you're like, I'm a little stimulated, jittery?
I wake up almost like that.
Okay. Well, most people would be able to say yes. Like if you drink too much coffee, you're like a little jittery.
Yeah.
Most people don't say that when they drink tea. Why is that?
Okay.
They both have, even black tea has almost the same amount, a little bit less than a cup of coffee. So
you're hooking me now.
Because there's theanine in tea.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So interesting. Mm-hmm. And some people really just like to drink tea.
Yep.
That's probably why. Got it. Theanine. Moving on. That makes sense. Now you talk to the dummy. All right. Citrulline.
Citrulline. We mentioned that earlier. It's the NO, nitric oxide boosting.
I'm listening. I'm getting texts and phone calls.
It's all good.
I'm listening, and our listeners are listening. So go ahead.
So we mentioned that before, and its benefits. The Alcar, which is short for acetyl L-carnitine, is another great product. It's, as an ingredient, it does have some nootropic benefits.
Okay, what does nootropic mean?
Means basically cognitive enhancing.
Okay.
In some form. It could be memory. It could be, I forget the exact term of it, but how quickly you can respond, your response time.
So in essence,
stuff like that.
I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna unbox this and tell me if it's right. What you're gonna do is what discipline really does as a product, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to
for sure
put words in your mouth. It's going to allow more blood flow to your brain and body. And what we're packing into that blood flow is superfoods and super herbs and other stuff, right? We're also going to kind of control that through some stim and some calming to give you kind of like the benefits of everything.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, the goal is to optimize its delivery.
Okay.
Give you the tools you need for any task that you're going to be doing to be able to enhance those tasks physically and cognitively. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. You know what?
And best of all, it tastes delicious.
Yeah. Well, it tastes awesome. Yeah. So there it is. I wish we could have done this all in one take, but unfortunately, running the factory and Lots of shit happening today.
Yeah, it's a crazy day every day, but today's
extra crazy.
Yeah.
But I hope this helps you guys and gals understand how discipline works, that it's not just like, you got to get some discipline. It actually, there's a lot of science behind it. And I think it's going to be our flagship Origin Labs product.
I agree.
It's like the one that, what are we going to put this? What category are we calling this? Because it fits so many places. It's in a category of its own.
I think people are going to use it
Force multipliers
for what they want. So it does create its own category. You're going to be able to use this tool for whatever you want to do.
Period.
Period.
Rolling, business meeting, studying for tests.
Yep.
Everything.
Let's
just call the category multipliers.
Yeah.
Or what? You like that?
I like pre-everything, but
pre-everything.
It's a force multiplier. If you look at the definition of force multiplier, it's a force multiplier in whatever scenario you're going to use it for.
Cool. All right, there it is. Jocko Discipline. That sounds bad. Jocko Discipline. Was that better?
That's better.
By Origin Labs. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Peace out.